For us, the only thing we do is death. If nobody has died, we do not get the phone call. Whenever our phone rings, it's because somebody has died. I'm Duane, Northrup. I'm the Champaign County Coroner. I tend to think that before I got into this field, I didn't think about death. But I find it interesting when people die trying to figure out what happened to them and answer those questions. Probably the hardest part for me is when I had my first infant or child death. The first time I went in and had to take a child from a crying mother in the emergency room, I cried as well. And I'm not a person who cries often, I tend to have a more stoic personality, but it's hard to take a child from a mother who's just died and she wants to sit there and hold that child and keep the child, doesn't want to let the child go. And that's very hard. So at that time on that case, I was in the background, and of course more family members come in and they're emotional, and it's hard not to be emotional in that time. It's not that we don't have feelings, because we do, but we have to be able to put those in the background and do what we need to do, and not everybody can do things like that. I think what helps keep us on track is that when we show up, we pretty much do the same thing we would be doing on any death. And it's almost like following a routine. It's just how we follow that routine might be a little different. A coroner wears many hats. Some family members don't have a support system, so we have to act as a counselor, console the families, and you have to strike some sort of balance between what our job is and the emotional needs of the family as well. We have to keep that into perspective and do the best we can to treat them the way we would want to be treated ourselves if it was a family member of ours. And I'll admit, the downside of this job is I think many times we tend to get a little hardened. In a way, it makes it easier for us to handle those deaths, because somebody's got to do the job and somebody's got to get it done.